Hi, my name's Gwen Peterson. I'm a certified health coach, and I am making a video. It's going to be a little jumbled, but wanted to address some questions that I get a lot on my YouTube channel regarding additional supplements and exercise and things like that. So wanted to start out talking about branched chain amino acids and electrolytes, because through some of my other videos, you'll have seen that I talk about using electrolytes or Propel and things like that. And I want to explain the why behind I suggest that, and that will filter into the exercise conversation. So first of all, we normally suggest for our clients, especially in week 1, to drink a minimum of 1 to 2 Propel or Powerade Zero servings a day. Because when you are starting to get healthy, when you think about how much sodium is in one piece of pizza, and let's be honest, how many of us only ate one piece of pizza when we weren't focusing on our health? And then all of a sudden you start eating really healthy with low sodium, your electrolytes go totally out of whack. And so that's why you get dizzy or lightheaded, is because of that lower sodium level. So now when you supplement with something like a Propel or Powerade Zero, now you're not going to have those as many dizzy or lightheaded spells, or if you're like me, the awesome Charlie horses that happen in the middle of the night when you're sodium deficient. So it's kind of a weird catch-22 to go, well, what? Why would I have to add something? I'm eating healthy. But the way we used to eat was super full of sodium. So that's why we suggest the Propel or Powerade Zero. But as I've been coaching and I'm really working toward optimal health, I haven't loved that I've been suggesting Propel or Powerade Zero because of the chemicals in it. Like, I'll have clients that'll say, I won't even touch that stuff. So I've been actively searching for a product that would supplement in that electrolyte area that didn't have carbs and wasn't full of a bunch of stuff, because you can find a lot of electrolyte supplements out there, but weirdly enough, they're full of carbs because they're full of fillers. Then also something that I have started suggesting to a lot of my clients, especially us that are over 35 and we just don't have the muscle mass we used to, is there is a nutritional supplement called BCAA. Branch chain amino acids. And when you go to the gym, you will see guys with like a colored shaker bottle full of something colored. Well, what they're drinking is normally BCAAs, and in the workout world, it's called a pre-workout. And the pre-workout, you can get it with or without caffeine. So basically, what I've been suggesting to a lot of my clients is go get a good BCAA. Don't buy the cheap stuff because it doesn't taste very good. BCAAs kind of taste like flavored aspirin, so they have a little bit of a bite to it. But basically, a BCAA, what it does is it protects your muscle from losing muscle. So when you're at the gym and you're burning your muscle, that's why you'd use a BCAA to protect that muscle so you don't lose as much muscle as you're kind of tearing it open to rebuild it. That's why the guys at the gym are drinking it. But if you are in a weight loss phase in any kind of a program, if you use a BCAA, now it's going to protect your muscle from being lost while you're losing weight. So now you're only going to be losing a lot more fat and less muscle if you're protecting it with a BCAA. So I've been actively searching for a clean product that makes it easy, because when you get used to using those little Propel packets, these BCAAs come in tubs and they're really messy, and there's a scooper, and if you're wanting to take it, you have to put it in a Ziploc bag. So it's out there. I found it. Okay, so this is called Zest of Life. It's blue raspberry, and the website is, I don't know if it's going to come out correctly, zolnutrition.com, Z-O-L nutrition.com, and I'll put it in the notes of the video. So basically, this is a BCAA and electrolytes mixed without all the junk. So you just dump it in and go. And it says to dump it in a water bottle, like a 16-ounce water bottle, but I like to dilute my stuff, so I like it bigger. And then what's awesome about it is, I don't know if you guys remember when you were a kid, those lick-a-stick things that you lick the white stick and then dip it in the powder. Well, this is blue, and it tastes like that blue lick-a-stick powder with a little aspirin bite at the end. But anyway, so even if you're not working out, I highly suggest, always have suggested to use electrolytes, Propel or Powerade Zero. But I also suggest, especially if you have more than 50 pounds to lose, or you're over 40 like me, protect your muscles. Go get a BCAA. You already should be using electrolytes. This is an easy format, and this little packet is about the same price as if you got the tub of electrolyte or tub of BCAAs like on Amazon or bodybuilding.com or one of those, and the Propel packets. And it's just a lot cleaner nutritionally and a lot cleaner mess-wise, so you're not dealing with the tub. So anyway, go get yourself some of this Zest electrolytes and BCAAs, and the website is zolnutrition.com. Anyway, because everyone's always asking me about brands. All right, second thing, exercise and weight loss. So here is the reality. When you work with a personal trainer or nutritionist, you're lucky with a personal trainer and they're working with your nutrition while you're at the gym, you are lucky to lose 4 to 6 pounds a month. And the reason why is because when you are burning sugar at the gym, which is what that's the point of exercise, is to burn sugar. Now it's a slippery slope to figure out how many calories you need to put in for your body to let go of the weight. Because if you don't have enough calories, your body doesn't let go of the weight. But then how many calories are too many calories so you don't lose? So unless you're willing to go, like here in Utah, we have Weber State University that has this awesome sports science section. And you guys saw me get in the bod pod like videos ago. And then I had health issues, so I didn't get to fulfill that. Who knows? Maybe my kids are in school, I'll get back at that. Anyway, in order to figure out your exact caloric intake, you'd have to be hooked on these machines, figure out your resting heart rate with the machine, all this kind of stuff. And then they put you on a treadmill, and then you start hooked up to the machines again, so you know your maximum caloric burn at the gym with maximum caloric intake to actually lose weight or sustain weight. And most personal trainers aren't hooking you up to all those machines at Weber State. So anyway, what I kind of explain to people when I'm talking to them about exercise in our program is this. The point of exercise is to burn sugar. The point of our program is to balance your sugar. And when you are burning too much sugar, I'm going to struggle to keep your blood sugar in balance with our program, thus slower weight loss. So here are the numbers that if you are a client watching this, or if you're a coach that has a client that's like going to boot camp 5 times a week and can't figure out why this program isn't working for them, here is why. Okay. On our 5 and 1, where you eat 5 of our fuelings a day and you make 1 healthy lean and green out of the grocery store, if you do it as written, you will lose an average of 10 to 12 pounds a month. And we would love you to go do some light movement, 20 minutes a day where you're not huffing, puffing, or sweating, because it's always a good idea to keep those muscles moving. But now, if you are starting to go to the gym and you are doing, let's say, light weightlifting, or maybe even yoga if it's kind of pushing you to the limit, because let me tell you, I've started that 30 days of yoga video and I get through 10 minutes, episode 1 every time, because it pushes me to the limit. Anyway, so what you want to know is now if you're adding exercise, baseline exercise to it, because you're burning your sugar a bit and we're trying to balance your sugar. If you're doing, let's say, BCAAs and electrolytes, and you've allowed your body the 2 weeks minimum to get into that fat burn, now if you step it up at the gym a little bit, now because your body's tapping into those fat stores, you probably will be okay if you're doing light exercise on a 5 and 1. Listen to your hunger. And if you notice that you're a little bit hungrier, throw a low-fat mozzarella cheese stick or 2 into the day on top of the 5 and 1. But if you start going to boot camp, oh, and by the way, if light exercise, because now you're burning sugar and you're kind of having to tweak the program and adding a little extra protein to the mix, now your results, if you're adding some exercise in, are going to be skewed from the 5 and 1s, 10 to 12 pounds a month. So I tell people, if you're going to go do light exercise, that's fine by me. Add the BCAAs and the electrolytes, maybe add a little extra protein if you feel you need it. But your results are going to be between 8 and 10 pounds a month because you're burning sugar at the gym. So that's the reality. But if you are going to go do boot camp, which burns crazy amount of calories and sugar, or the treadmill, any cardio activity where you are huffing, puffing, and sweating for longer than 30 minutes, it's game over. You're burning too much sugar. So now on our program, if you are doing 3 to 5 times a day of boot camp, treadmill, Stairmaster, anything like that, now you have to tweak your nutrition. And again, it's only if you've given us 2 weeks of not burning sugar at the gym, because we have the benefit of using your fat stores for muscle. So if you're that boot camper or the treadmill runner or marathon runner or whatever, if you give us 2 weeks baseline on our program, 5 and 1, and don't exercise, and then you ramp up to the big boot camp classes, running outside, running on the treadmill, whatever your thing is, you are going to have to shift your nutrition. You're going to, bottom line, do at least 2 BCAA and Propel servings a day for sure. And then you're probably going to have to do a 4 and 2, 4 of our fuelings and 2 lean and greens. But remember, you've just burnt 300 to 500 calories at the gym 4 or 5 times a week, and you're putting your body into what I call a starvation fat burn mode, because you're burning so much sugar, and we're still trying to compensate by giving you a 4 and 2 that's giving you enough fuel so you're not starving, but not too much fuel so you're not losing. So basically, you're going to be lucky if you're going to the gym and boot camping it or treadmilling to lose between 6 and 8 pounds a month. That is the real reality. And you go find me a personal trainer that has the person's nutrition dialed in. Ours is just easier by using our fuelings, where a personal trainer is going to have you do it out of the grocery store. Same concept, about the same amount of calories. But the reality is you find me a personal trainer that's getting more than 6 pounds a month off of somebody. It's not out there, because when you burn too much sugar, it's very hard to balance your sugar so that when you sleep at night, all of those systems reset. The thyroid, the adrenal, the metabolism, all that has a trouble resetting because you burn too much sugar that day. So here's my synopsis, is this. If you are doing our program 5 and 1, and you're doing it correctly, weighing out your meat, making sure you're getting your healthy fat, and you are getting all your servings of green in, and you're doing minimum or maximum of 3 condiments a day, and you're not doing more than 1 optional snack, on the 5 and 1 is written 10 to 12 pounds a month. If you are doing light exercise, you are going to lose on a 5 and 1, because most people, if it's light exercise, if they've given us the 2 weeks of stabilization first and they're using BCAAs and electrolyte, they're going to lose between 8 and 10 pounds a month. But if you're that boot camper, just be prepared. You're going to only lose 6 to 8 pounds a month. But if you're not willing to give up the gym, as long as you give us those first 2 weeks to stabilize that blood sugar and tap that body into those fat stores for fuel, those will be your results. So I just tell my clients, look, give me 2 weeks of eating 5 and 1, get into fat burn, and get into that balanced blood sugar state, and then you get to decide how fast you want to lose weight. And there is no way to speed up that weight loss if you're going to boot camp, because you're just burning too much sugar. And again, find me a personal trainer that has you doing that heavy lifting that's getting you to lose more than 6 pounds a month. It just doesn't happen with how much sugar you're burning at the gym and how much you're trying to figure out that fuel. So hope that clarified for you guys that are asking all these questions about exercise and nutritional supplements and things like that. And I know in my prior video, I talked about looking at the person's lean muscle mass and figuring out their baseline protein. Again, as a reminder, the 5 and 1 is 105 grams of protein. For most women that are, below 5'6", 5'7", that's optimal protein. For men, I'll normally just say, let's do a 5 and 1 for 2 weeks as written, and maybe let's throw a little extra protein in to just kind of supplement. But again, those BCAAs are going to help that man or that woman above 5'7" protect that muscle and not lose as much muscle. So you just kind of take, and that's why these videos are so hard, because everybody's body's different. And I don't know if I get somebody in that fat burning stage for 2 weeks, and then they start exercising, if they're going to need to add more than the 5 and 1, even with BCAAs and electrolytes. So what I suggest to you is play with it. Do 5 and 1 as written, and when you ramp up that exercise, as long as you're doing these BCAAs and electrolytes, now, if you're dizzy or lightheaded, that's electrolyte related. You need to drink another one of these. If you are legitimately hungry, that's when you know, I'm going to add an extra low-fat mozzarella cheese stick to my day, and that's 1/4 of a lean serving. See, do that for 2 days. Then if that's not enough, then do another cheese stick for 2 days and figure out your baseline to manage that hunger. But just remember, dizzy, lightheaded, muscle cramps is electrolytes. Hunger is food, and you just kind of have to take it every 3 days at a time to figure out your baseline and go from there, because there's no cut and dry answer for how to fuel somebody that's exercising, because for me, I could run to my mailbox and back and need a whole another lean and green a day. No, I'm just kidding. But you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not in shape, because I just eat well and keep my weight down. Ultimately, I may need more fuel the first couple of weeks just because I'm so out of shape. Where somebody that's been actively exercising gets on our program, once they get into fat burn, they may be fine on the 5-in-1 with lightweight exercise with a BCAA and electrolytes. So I'm well aware that this video was a little long, but hopefully that helps you understand, and it clarifies a few things from my prior videos and will help you understand how this program, or any balanced nutrition program, will work with exercise. Because again, you can fuel 6 times a day out of the grocery store at the same amount of calories as our 5-in-1. It's a heck of a lot of work, but you can do it. But if you're doing it out of the grocery store, or you're doing it with our program, when you go to boot camp or you're burning a ton of sugar on the treadmill, you're going to be lucky to lose 6 to 8 pounds a month, no matter what program you're doing, because you're just burning a lot of sugar. So anyway, comment below. Let me know if this clarified anything for you. And I hope that this gives you the next step in your health and wellness journey. And and I don't know if I already said this, they have a promo code on their website right now that is SAVE, so save 10, and it gives you 10% off of your order. So today is Monday, the 20, what, I don't even know what today is. The 28th. So I think the promo code ends on Friday the 1st. Anyway, but if you're watching this video after, try the save 10 and see if it still works. Anyway, hope that helped. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.